Hello, my name is Jordan Satterfield. I'm the Director of Cross-Cultural Missions here at Allegheny Wesleyan College. We've just come through Missions Week here at the college, and our guest today has had a lot to do with all the preparations and all the activities surrounding that. But today we'd like to zero in a little bit on some of her experience on her internship, which she took last summer. Could you introduce yourself to us and tell us where you're at in your college program?
Hello, I'm Joanna Corbin here at AWC, and I'm in Cross-Cultural Missions program. I just finished my internship last semester in Honduras in San Pedro Sula, and it was an honor.
Okay, so your time there in Honduras, who was it that you were ministering with? And tell us a little bit about what you did.
I was under Brother Luis Mirandes and Pastora Argentina. They minister in San Pedro Sula, and I was there for about 4 weeks, ministering to the young people there, children's ministry, camp meeting, painting project for a classroom, and much more.
So you were raised in Peru for a good bit of your early years, and I know going into Honduras you were wondering, is it going to be familiar or is it going to seem very different and strange? What was the experience like for you?
Going into Honduras, I thought the Spanish would be about the same, but honestly, they had almost a little different dialect, but after a few days, I could understand them, and it was good fun.
I mean, obviously food's a big thing. Did you have any favorite foods you were just dying to get when you got there?
I didn't know what to expect, but I pretty much like different cultures of food, and so I was pretty open-minded, and I fell in love with some of their foods.
So tell us about where you stayed and what it was like there on location.
I had the privilege to stay with Pastora Argentina for the 4 weeks, and I just lived with her and went with her day by day with her schedule and experienced the culture in their lives.
So what were some of the cultural differences that you noticed?
Over there, anything that you wanted to get something to drink was pretty much in a bag, and you just bite off the end of it and just drink it. And the water, any kind of juice was in a bag.
Oh, very cool.
That was a little different.
So tell us about some of the work that you did, some of the ministries that you were involved in.
I jumped in with youth ministry, and on Sundays I had different children's ministry too. And they had a big youth camp with about 200 young people, so that was a little big.
What was your role there at the youth camp?
I was a team captain of a team, and I had about 12 kids on my team, and that was pretty wild, but a good experience.
So was there something special that stood out to you as one remarkable moment from the youth camp?
Each night during the altar call, something that they asked the captains is to just go up and pray with the young people and try to get into their lives and encourage them that they can serve God no matter what kind of lifestyle they're in, and He's the true answer for their life and rescuer.
Some of the kids come from pretty desperate, difficult circumstances.
Yes, there was one particular kid on my team that you could just see that he came from a troubled home, and I thought he was struggling the time I was with him, so I felt that God was speaking to me to just talk to him and become his friend and get in his life, and he did respond pretty good. Just becoming a friend to someone that's hurting, and it does a lot.
Mm-hmm. Outside of the youth camp, what are some of the other activities you were involved in?
One of my favorite moments was going to this little church in the jungle called Asustio Toro, and with a team that was there at the time, and we had the opportunity to put new electricity in the church and paint some Sunday school rooms for children. And after that, we enjoyed some time with the children with doing a children's service that same day.
Very neat. So that was with the Burlington Bible Church youth group?
Yes, Burlington, and also Beavertown youth too.
Oh, were there? Okay.
Yeah.
And so your Spanish came in handy to help interpret for everybody.
Yes. Brother Luis' daughter and I were the only two that knew English and Spanish. And for the first time, I tried to interpret some electrician words and either acting it out or hand gestures, but it turned out pretty good at the end of the day.
You didn't use a lot of electrician's terms when you were a kid growing up in Peru.
No, I didn't.
You made it work.
Yes.
So were there any just amazing God moments where you just really sensed God's presence, God's help along the way? Something you did or a place you were at?
One particular time I was going to do a youth service and I thought I had a topic ready, but I felt like God was speaking to me clearly on just tell them my personal story and my testimony about even if I'm a missionary kid or always grew up in the church, that I still needed to give my life to God.
Yes. So you had a lot of things planned out and prepared ahead of time. Did it all go according to plan or anything unusual or unexpected?
No, I realized that many times you're asked either 20 minutes ahead of time or 5 minutes to get up and speak, and you just never know what will come to mind. But one particular time, I was on my way to a church 20 minutes away, and one of the brethren just told me that I was going to preach. And at that moment, I was like, God, I need you right now. I didn't have any notes or anything prepared, but I spoke on God is so good, and He truly is. And I feel like the church people connected with that, just to remind them that God is good to them. Was there anything in particular stood out to you about Pastor Luis's ministry and life, or one of the other national workers there for their service? Pastor Luis, he has such a determination to just keep going and to reach as many people as he can, and that really impacted my life. He was really busy and he cared about each of them in their personal lives, and he has a goal, and that is to reach as many people to heaven. All right, so you're on this side of it now, but going in, I'm sure you're prepared, you're ready, but how do you feel going in? I told God on the plane flying into Honduras, I was like, Lord, this is an unknown ground, but it's just you and me. And from there on, I just had to trust God, and it was an incredible experience that I'll never forget. So was there one big takeaway as you think about this experience, that this is something you want to take with you into future ministry? That I had something to offer down there, and you can always rely on God to be right beside you, and you can call on His name and He will be there for you, especially if you're His child and He's your father. All right, we're so proud of Joanna. We're looking forward to what God does with her in her life in the future. So thank you all for watching. Dios les bendiga, hermanos de San Pedro Sula, que siguen adelante.